it's Lauren with Lauren Talks Homes here, and today I'll be discussing 5 questions that sellers have about the market during the coronavirus outbreak. I'm going to answer 5 questions. Okay, so there are many questions that people have. There's a lot about the coronavirus in general. But especially about real estate, about is it a good time to buy or sell, or how does this whole thing work without putting yourself at risk. Real estate is an essential service. You know, when we had the stay-at-home orders, real estate was a service that could be conducted because people are always needing to move, be it due to like moving from an apartment to purchasing a home. Like that's one of those services that we need. And so we want to make sure that it's done effectively, efficiently, and make sure we're as safe as possible while buying or selling. So one question that I get is, should I still try to sell my home during this time? So one would have to think first and foremost about the health concerns of his or her own family, and is it a right time? If you have someone that is more at risk or an elderly family member, then it may not be the best time to move for you and your family. It's absolutely necessary. So if your household is essentially healthy, which we can never tell because everyone is at risk of this virus. But if you feel that your family is essentially healthy, then it's a possibility that it is a good time for you to sell. You may want to consider things such as there's lower inventory. So with fewer houses on the market, that puts you at a better advantage to sell. And then also interest rates are really low right now. So that also makes it a good time for someone to purchase your home. Another question is it safe for people to go through my home? And this is definitely a concern, but there are practical steps that you can put in place to make this process as seamless as possible. Okay, so what can I do to protect my family during showings? You can take some of the following precautions to protect yourself as well as visitors during showings. One option is to keep hand sanitizer by your entryways and require all anyone who enters to use the sanitizer upon entering your home. Okay, if there's a guest bathroom, keep disposable hand towels and things like that in those restrooms. Soap, probably liquid soap or something that people can touch as little as possible. And then just make those requests known to the showing agent. Okay, you can also offer disposable gloves and have a receptacle to place the gloves in after they've been used. I'm not a huge fan of gloves because I'm people touch and touch and touch and touch and touch, and there's a second pair of hands. So I feel it's really important to wash your hands and sanitize your hands over and over, because it seems people kind of pay more attention to what they're doing, but I don't know. I've seen gloves just used in some very gross ways. What do you have the gloves on for if you're gonna eat French fries with the gloves on your hand? Gross. But I mean, it can help. I mean, in that short time frame, put the gloves on, go through the house, leave. And so, it could help more than hurt in this instance. It's also possible to limit your showing times. So you may have certain days of the week or certain hours in which you allow showing, so that way you can properly clean and sanitize before and after all showings. You can also have cleaning wipes handy and request that agents wipe things such as the door handles or light switches or the lockbox, anything that will be touched during the showing. And you just would provide that as well somewhere in the entryway. And you can also ask your agent to offer virtual showings so that prospective buyers can look at the home online, and maybe only allow serious buyers to come, possibly with like a pre-approval before actually entering your home, so that way we can limit the amount of traffic in and out of your home. Another question is, well, what happens if the buyer loses his or her job? Okay, so most real estate contracts have a contingency for the buyer for loan approval. So it's gonna be, it's always important. I tell my sellers, make sure that any prospective buyer has already been pre-approved before you accept their offer. So in the unfortunate event that a buyer loses their job and can no longer qualify for a loan, they do have the right to cancel. So will I get a higher price if I wait to list my home? And the truth is, no one knows. We can, kind of guess, but we don't know what this particular crisis will bring. And we don't know how the financial market will weather the outbreak. So I just would say, go back to the old adage, a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush, meaning, take care of today, right? All right, so if you have any other questions about possibly listing your home or buying a home during this time, please don't hesitate to call me and we can talk homes, okay? Till next time, Lauren Talks Homes.